My biggest issue in the morning is that it's just me and my husband's gone to work, and it's getting the boys ready for school and getting myself out the door, and I just have a lot of battles. Okay, eat your breakfast and be quick.
Eat up.
Quick, we don't have a lot of time. It's almost time to go to get ready for school. I try my best to be ready before them, because once they're up, it's total chaos if I'm not ready and trying to get ready and dealing with them, and it's just crazy. Mommy, clean up your mess.
Boys are very, very active. They've just had a big sleep. They're full of energy in the morning. Take away the choices of breakfast. When you start giving children choices at this age, it can go on forever. It opens a whole can of worms that you don't want to open.
Brayden, look at Mommy. Go get dressed. Time to get your clothes on. Justin, go get dressed. Come. I have to do Justin first, and then I usually move on to Brayden. I'll ask Brayden to get dressed, but Brayden doesn't always get dressed.
And this is like trying to dress an octopus right now.
Yes.
Do you know what? Let's change it up a little bit. Let me take the clothes here.
Okay.
And we're going to go to your room. You know what we're going to do? We would imagine that Mommy's getting dressed here right now.
Listening?
Okay? And we're going to have a race. The key is to organize them and teach them. This is the time to get dressed, and they've got to get dressed. Brayden's 5 years old. I feel he should be having a few less shenanigans and a little bit more order to get dressed. And you know what? The toddler, those are the toddler years. You've got to expect it.
Okay, backpack on. Brayden. By the time I actually leave, I'm a little frazzled. And I like to get to work and have about 15 minutes to myself before my students come in, because I just need to calm down a little bit before I deal with my grade 7 students for the rest of the day.
Nanny Robina joins us live now in studio. So that getting out the door in the morning can be a tough thing day to day. Now, March break is coming up, and we know that some people will not be doing that routine. However, even though you might not have to get them out the door for school, some of those same details need to be looked at, because you don't want to get completely off routine during March break.
And I think it's exactly what it's all about. It's about time management and organization.
Right.
Because where you may have a baby at home, maybe a toddler also, you now got extra children at home, right?
Yes.
So now you've got to divide your time, like running to the school bus. Yeah, that's that rush hour, and you've got them out the door, and then you can relax a little bit, maybe at home. Now, you still got to organize your time, because if you let it slip off, you've got everything everywhere. Everybody gets aggravated in the morning.
Yeah.
You can't get out the door, you know? So, yeah, absolutely.
You get completely off program, and then you're done.
Yeah.
So, for the parents that are gearing up right now, thinking of what they're going to be doing with their kids right now, some of them might be thinking, okay, I've got to plan minute to minute what this day is going to look like.
Absolutely
don't do it, right?
No, don't do it. You know, I think that's probably one of the big mistakes that parents think about, is basically that they've got to, oh my gosh, I've got to have an itinerary and I've got to plan it from 8 in the morning till 8 at night.
Yeah.
Absolutely not. Give yourself a break. First of all, the children are actually on break from school for that.
Yes.
A break. So don't forget, you need some winding down time. You know, you really do. And if they become bored, you hear the children say, I'm bored. That is not your job to make them on board. It's their job to actually go out, get creative, and overcome their boredom. I truly do believe that if you think you've got to make them unbored, you're actually overparenting. Let them get creative. Let them think for themselves. You're bored? I can find you plenty to do. This would be my answer.
Yeah.
Let's get the vacuum out. I'll find you something to do.
Yeah. There's so much stuff to do.
There's so much stuff to do.
There's dusting, there's washrooms,
absolutely. You go find yourself something to do. If I find you something to do, don't know if you'll like it. You know, that kind of thing.
I can see parents being a little bit worried about the TV, the screen time situation, because what happens when kids are off schedule is they go right to that screen or they go to the TV, and that's not, you don't want 7 days of television watching either.
No, you still want to limit it. You want to, you know, from looking at today's weather and what's coming up for March break, I think the weather will, whatever it is, get yourselves outside and do things.
Right.
And I think the key here is to have an itinerary, write on the calendar, a little something that you're going to do every day. It doesn't have to be a huge cost. And team up with other mommies. If you've got mommies that are the same age group, you've got a baby at home and a toddler, you know what, you've got that adult time also.
Right.
You've got the babies interacting, and the kids, they've gone off and done their own thing.
Yes.
some of
Have
the
a
more,
plan.
Have a plan. Some of the less expensive things to do is something like, which a lot of kids have never done, get them on a bus or get them on a train.
Yes.
Go out of town. You know what? Just taking a bus is exciting for each other. Like, whoa. They'll sit there looking at everybody. They'll pick their nose. They may point to the guy that's picking his nose, you know, but it's going to be fun because they've never been on a bus. They've never been on a train. Take it to the next town and just go walking. There are so many things you can do that don't have to cost and break your wallet.
Take a subway, take a streetcar. If you're a suburban kid and you want to try out the city, walk to the mall.
Yep.
I know our mall has a little merry-go-round. It costs like a loonie.
Yeah.
The kids love doing
almost
that.
every mall
At 7 and 5, they still love doing that. Like, let's walk to the mall, and I'm going to put a loonie in, and you go around on the little merry-go-round.
Yeah.
Like, that's a good day.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it doesn't have to cost a lot of money.
It really doesn't.
I like the idea of having sort of parents meet other parents.
Yes.
We know this happens in the audience all the time. We've got friends that come here with friends.
Yeah.
You get your adult time, the kids get their time together, and you feel like you've also had a really good March break.
And I do want to point out, you've got to make time for yourselves, Mom. Yes. You know what? If you can get up a little extra earlier, make yourself a coffee, run on the treadmill, you've had that time to start.
Yes.
You know, you've had that exercise, you've had the coffee, which is your fuel for the day, and it may be the only coffee and quiet